Let's get you a fundamental voice then. Tahir Badshah, Senior Vice President at Motilal Oswal Equities, joins us on the show. Tahir, how are you looking at the market right now? The sentiment seems to be on the bullish side. Gains are maintained. What are you recommending on the markets?
Well, I think we remain reasonably positive from the point of view of returns over the course of the next 1 year, even from current levels. I would think that markets have the potential to give another 15% over the next 8 to 12 months' time. So we believe this will be backed by essentially improvement in corporate profit growth and corporate earnings growth rather, and that is what will come about in meaningful measure towards the second half of this year, especially riding on the benefits of lower inflation and lower commodity prices, plus recovery in overall growth during this period. So from a very fundamental perspective, it will clearly be, it seems to be a reasonably good situation in the market even today to invest in.
Tahir, hi, afternoon. What everyone's also talking about is by when will we be seeing this, reclaim of that 6,300 mark that we had way back in 2008? Do you think, we could see it come by in probably the next year or so, or that looks a bit tough?
No, like as I said, I mean, we are clearly looking at a 15%. I would think a 15% growth in the markets from current levels is pretty much possible if we can recover our earnings growth trajectory from the 9-10% bracket of the last 2-3 years to the more like 14-15% bracket over the next couple of years. Then there is clearly upside to the market. And if you were to take 15% from here, so we are talking about well above the 6,300 mark. I don't know if it will be breached in the next month or 2 months, but clearly that is the direction that we are headed into.
Tahir, you spoke about earnings, and by now we've seen about 2/3 of the earnings have actually been done with a positive bias. HUL, Maruti, even PNB posting very good set of numbers. Are you witnessing any upgrades which you are recommending to your clients, or you are acting upon after looking at these good numbers?
You're right that there has been a good improvement in, there's been a good performance of some of the reported numbers which have come in. And clearly the market seems to be taking that excitement along as well. So wherever the numbers have been reported to be good, the stock action has been pretty positive. Same has been observed with many of our holdings as well. We've seen a good amount of good solid performance by many of our investee companies that we own in our portfolios, and so we are happy to add to more of that given the kind of confidence that we are seeing not just in the reported numbers but even in the upcoming numbers over the next few quarters. So clearly we are backing those numbers, but yes, one needs to remember that we are yet to see some of the companies within the space of commodities and in the industrials category yet to report, and therefore and some of the larger public sector banks as well. We've had a good beginning with PNB today, but there are going to be others as well. So we need to see how they turn about in their numbers. But I think overall it's been a good progress for the result season at large. And it will probably get better as benefits of some of the economic developments of the last couple of months percolates down to corporate profitability in the next few quarters.
Tahir, of course, the rally that we've had in the markets over the last month or two has been largely led by the frontliners. We've not seen the broader markets participate as much. But are there any pockets within the mid-cap side that you've identified that you think there's value in? A couple of names that you're probably tracking and, recommending strongly?
Well, I mean, from our portfolio perspective, I'm not sure I'll be in a position to discuss individual names, but yes, we have found a good number of opportunities, and they spread across various sectors. So they are some of them are in FMCG, some are in industrials, some are even in the pharma space. So we've got a good number of ideas which we think are worth looking at, and which we are making either increasing weightages to our existing positions or adding to our portfolios as completely fresh ideas. So that's, yes, been happening in the recent past.
All right, Tahir, thanks a lot for joining us on the show today. Let's shift focus to a exclusive corporate development then, as the coal quality